Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today we're getting our hands on the actual physical stuff that makes our modern world tick, computer hardware. We're going to unpack its core uses, functions, configuration protocols, and even safety standards. Because let's be real, even if you use tech every single day, mastering these foundations is exactly what separates a casual scroller from a true power user.
But before we get into all the technical frameworks, take a quick second and look at the physical device you are using to watch this explainer right now. Are you holding a smartphone? Maybe sitting in front of a laptop or looking at a big desktop monitor? Go ahead, run your finger along the edge of the screen or tap the keys. That solid, physical object, the thing you can actually feel and touch, is precisely what we're focusing on today. You're already interacting with computer hardware.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. First, hardware versus software. Second, categorizing computer hardware. Third, connecting the pieces. Fourth, hardware safety and handling. And finally, real-world hardware skills. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Hardware versus software. What's the difference?
It's a beautifully simple distinction, really. Hardware represents the physical components of a system. You know, the metal, the plastic, the silicon, the glass. It's the tangible infrastructure. Software, on the other hand, consists of the programs or applications running on those physical devices. So, your smartphone itself, that's the hardware, but the web browser or the media player running this explainer, that's the software. You absolutely need both for things to function, but today our focus is entirely on that physical foundation. Moving on to Section 2, categorizing computer hardware or making sense of all these devices. Think of input and output like a giant, super-fast translation process. Input devices translate your human actions into digital data. When you type on a keyboard or drag a mouse, you are feeding raw commands directly into the system. Output devices do the exact opposite. They translate the computer's digital processing back into a human-readable format. So whether it's beaming visual results onto a monitor or physically printing documents, input data goes in and translated output comes right back out to you. To round out the whole ecosystem, we have storage, network, and processing devices. Storage hardware like flash drives lets you archive and physically transport your data. Network devices, think Wi-Fi routers and network ports, build the invisible bridges connecting your standalone machine to the wider web. And at the center of it all, that's the processing hardware, usually housed inside a system unit. This is basically the grand central station of your computer. It holds the CPU and RAM, and it routes every single piece of data between your input, output, storage, and network components. It's incredibly busy in there.
Section 3. Connecting the pieces. Let's see how all this hardware actually works together. Picture this high-stakes scenario. You're about to present at a massive community meeting, and you need to mirror your screen to a projector. To do this seamlessly, you just locate the HDMI ports on both your laptop and the display and securely plug in the cable. Boom! Modern systems will automatically configure the audio and video handshake, instantly mirroring your display with crystal-clear output. It's a rapid, real-world configuration skill that keeps presentations moving flawlessly. Now, going from wired to wireless, configuring network access is just the absolute backbone of modern remote work. It starts by making sure your Wi-Fi router is physically bridged to the main internet line or modem. From there, your hardware scans the airwaves to locate the broadcasted network name. You securely authenticate using the password, and just like that, your local hardware is integrated into the global internet. Section 4 is all about hardware safety and handling, essentially protecting your devices and your data. Rule number 1 for hardware: zero moisture. Seriously, keep your hands completely clean and dry before interacting with any device. Water and electronics are just a highly destructive combination. Introducing moisture can cause an instant short circuit, permanently frying delicate internal components, and it creates a severe electrical hazard for you. Just don't do it. Here's another critical one. Never ever force a cable or plug into a port. Every single connector is engineered with a specific form factor that matches its designated port perfectly, like a puzzle piece. If you meet resistance and a cable just isn't sliding in smoothly, you're probably trying to insert it upside down or into the wrong interface entirely. Forcing it will bend or snap the internal metal pins, completely destroying both the cable and the port on your machine.
You know that Safely Remove button on your screen? Yeah, you really need to use it. Safely removing external storage is vital for data integrity. If you just yank a USB drive out of a running machine, you are risking severe data corruption. Why? Because you have to allow the computer to finish clearing its temporary cache and write that info permanently to your drive before you break the physical connection.
The right way to do it is simple. Save your files, trigger the software eject command, wait for the system to say it's okay, and only then pull the drive out. Let's lock in just a few more basic safety habits. Keep all food and drinks far, far away from your equipment. Route your cables neatly so nobody trips over them. Also, never open a system unit without professional supervision. Internal components can hold a dangerous electrical charge even when they are fully unplugged. And finally, just stay vigilant. Immediately report damaged wires, burning smells, sparks, or overheating.
And that brings us to Section 5, real-world hardware skills, and why this actually matters in your daily life.
It really comes down to this. Hardware literacy is pure empowerment. Mastering these physical interfaces means you can independently print critical documents, smoothly scan paperwork for secure online portals, and confidently manage your own data across different drives and networks. Whether you're job hunting, taking remote classes, or running a small business, these aren't just IT skills, they are the modern survival tools you need to navigate and thrive in today's digital economy.
To bring this all together, I love this summary from our source material. Computer hardware helps us input, process, store, display, connect, and share information. That really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? From the physical keyboard right under your fingertips to the router bridging you to the globe, these tangible tools are exactly what empower us to manipulate invisible data and share ideas with the rest of the world.
So, I want to leave you with a quick question. Think about the tech ecosystem you interact with every single day. How will genuinely knowing your hardware, understanding its underlying functions, mastering those configuration handshakes, and executing strict safety protocols change the way you work, learn, or communicate tomorrow? Because once you see how the physical pieces truly fit together, technology completely stops being a barrier and becomes a catalyst. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.